Hello and welcome back to Logic Language Learning. As per normal, if you like the video at the end, can I ask you to click underneath if you have any questions, particularly about this method, because this is really a key method for logic language learning and how we try and avoid using excess conjugation, repetition of all the reading. So this is important. If there's anything you don't understand, please get in touch. All the contact details are underneath. So today we are carrying on with the soft and the hard analogy. So if you've not yet seen video 1 on soft and hard verbs, then you need to have a look. So to quickly remind you, soft and hard verbs are verbs which are not a verbs. They're verbs which don't end er. So going back to very quickly our method, a single person has a soft sounding word. Can I remind you, this isn't for a verbs. Yeah, a verbs are different. Everybody has a hard ending, if you will, in a verbs. You know, mange, 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 mangeant, manger, mange. Everybody's got a hard sound. So this is just soft and hard. So if we took sortir, which is a soft and hard verb, because it doesn't rhyme with a. If we took partir, which is a soft and a hard verb, because it doesn't rhyme with a. Okay. So part, partons, partez, part. The hard, the hard, the hard. So by definition, you could say if it doesn't rhyme with a and it's not one of the very few desperately irregular verbs like be or have, then it's going to be a soft hard. So, carrying straight on then, we have a few exceptions, but rather than being troublesome exceptions, they are exceptions we can follow and we can learn from. So let's take our first family of exceptions. So if I gave you two verbs, vendre and prendre. Now, both of these verbs on paper would appear the same in the long form, in the infinitive. So prendre, vendre. Now we know from vendre that the hard sound that we'd find in to sell is d. Okay, don't be saying d because it's not about the letter, that's in English, it's the hard sound. So we had dre, dre, pardon me, but we're only going to go with the first hard sound, the first thing we hit, the first wall we come into contact with. So vendre, the hard sound is d, and there's only one hard sound all the way through a verb. So vend, nous, prenons, our classic vous ending, nous ending, vous vendez, ils vendent. Now, so when we look at prendre, P-R-E, N-D-R-E, we would suppose, logically, that it's going to be the same thing. Prends, prend, prendons, prendez, prend. However, we are wrong, because any verb in French which has P-R-E-N-D-R-E in it, and I really need all of those in full. The P, the R, the E, the N, the D, the R, the E. So, for example, suspendre, suspend, P-E-N-D-R-E. No, there's not P-R. Or let me think something else, or rendre, okay, which pretty similar, R-E-N-D-R-E, but we're missing the P. No, that's going to be the normal method. So basically any verb with prendre, so apprendre, to learn, comprendre, to understand, reprendre, to take back, yeah, any of these kind of verbs are going to work in this method. Okay, so the method surprendre, to surprise, for example. And the method is that if you think the verb prendre means to take, you are going to take away the hard sound de. And so you are left, pardon me, there's an ambulance, I hope somebody's okay. The hard sound you are left with is the one that kind of comes before. So if we look at prendre, okay, if we look at prendre, we have P-R-E-N-D-R-E, and we'd normally stop at the D, but we're going to have to go before it now, which is the N, which is a pretty bad hard sound. Yeah, it's not the hardest sound, is it? N. Yeah? But it's what we're going to use. So, for example, prends, prend, prend, the top three sound the same. Okay, nous prenons. So we're not going to say nous prendons, nous prenons. Vous prenez. Okay, yeah, it's going to be the same. Yep, and the bottom one is now going to be even more interesting because we have an N. And before I write this out for you, when you have an N in French and you put you make it hard, So by using our methods, that means we put a what after it? A vowel, okay? The N sound normally goes higher. So if I had certain, C-E-R-T-A-I-N, and I am certain, je suis certain, she is certain, elle est certaine, okay? Italian, italien, yeah? Il est italien. She is Italian, italienne. The sound goes higher. The previous vowel goes higher. Parisien, parisienne. So we do the same with verbs. So instead of saying prends, 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 prenons, prenez, prennent, we're going to say prends, 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 prenons, prenez, prennent. And what often gives us this going up as well is we will double up the N. So these are going to be written as follows. So this is for prendre now. Prends is our soft, and we're going to put a DS. Prends is our soft, and we're going to be putting a DS. So for most of these irregular verbs, please notice that the je and the tu are going to be the same. Same as other verbs we've come across. Je pars, tu pars, spelt the same. Il prend. Now, nous prenons. Why? What's our hard letter? The N. We can't use the D, R-E. Vous prenez, stopping at the N, adding everything as per normal after the hard letter. And elles or ils prennent. So this time we have doubled up the N, but notice we've got our classic ENT, our classic EZ, our classic ONS. And these are our classic endings. If I try not to rip the board, these are our classic endings for the hard verbs. So let's do another one then. So if I gave you comprendre, which is to understand, then you might go, okay, but Luke, strictly speaking, travelling through comprendre, the first hard I hit, comme. But obviously it's a prefix. It's obvious that it contains prendre, and it's going to work in the same way, okay? So comprendre, what's our soft of prendre? Prends. So comprends. Tu comprends. You understand. Il comprend. Okay? We understand. Now, what was the hard of prendre? Ne. So, nous comprenons. Vous comprenez. They take was ils prennent. They understand. Ils comprennent. Okay? Let's try this with apprendre, which is placing the letter A before the verb. You know, you can think of this as in to take to your head, to learn, okay? So, apprendre will give me apprend, 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 apprenons, apprenez, apprennent, okay? So these are my prendre exceptions, okay? Good. Another set of exceptions I'd like to do, okay? Actually, no, I think I'm going to do this in separate videos. So I think I'm going to just give us a few more checks on some prendres, and then we'll give you, now we have room for some examples. So sticking with prendres, okay? So I need you to be thinking, is it a prendre or is it a traditional DRE verb? So if I gave you entendre, E-N-T-E-N-D-R-E, you tell me, what's the hard sound in that? Is it nous entendons or nous entendons? It's nous entendons because it's a classic DRE. De. Go to the hard sound. De. So only when we have P-R-E-N-D-R-E. So for that matter, how would I say I hear? The word is entendre, so it starts with an open mouth. So j'entends. So you hear, tu entends. He hears, il entend. Nous entendons. Vous entendez, ils entendent. Good. So if I gave you surprendre, which means I'm literally just writing S-U-R before the word, which is where we get surprise from in English. So surprendre, what's the soft going to be? Surprend. Tu surprends, il surprend, we surprise somebody. Now what's the hard sound with a prendre verb? Ne. Good. So nous surprenons. What are the last three letters? How am I spelling this? O-N-S, okay? So, vous surprenez. How would I say you? Plural you, so hard. You learn. Apprendre, vous prenez. So the hard will always be N. Now, one other little thing you need to possibly think about. If you bear in mind that these verbs are going to crop up a great deal, okay, the pasts are all going to match as well. So when we start looking at other videos in the past, anything that's dre in the past will be du. So vendre, vendu, entendu. Okay? Anything which is dre but which uses this ne model with the prendre will be pris in the past. So while you're dividing these in your mind, that's quite a good thing to get down. So I've taken, j'ai pris, I've understood, j'ai compris. I've learnt, j'ai appris. Okay? I have sold, from vendre, classic de, vendu. He has listened, il a entendu. So you might like to think anything with a classic de hard sound will keep the de hard sound in the past, du, and anything ne will be pris in the past. Okay, so I'm now going to let you have a little think about this. Any comments underneath, but the point is do not be visualizing. Prends, prenons, prenez, prennent. All you need to be doing is visualizing one single sound, one hard sound. Do not be reading all your endings. I shall speak to you very soon. Okay?